Hey, it is Thursday, January 15th. Just on my way to work, as always, posting these videos. I'm going to keep showing up every day, every time I travel to work, and just trying to get used to, you know, talking on the whim. I think we're all storytellers, we're all creators, and, for whatever, I'm a kind of an introvert, so I'm trying to improve myself, with communicating, and this helps and not only communicating but just overall in my life. I've failed so many times. Life is funny in that way. I keep getting back up, and I take some lessons each time, but I think that a big reason why I've kind of gone through what I've gone through is just because I think the lessons that I was taking, I wasn't really applying long term, and now I really feel like I'm finding that alignment with who I want to be, how I want to serve, the value I want to provide to people, to this world, because it's hard. It's hard to find that value, especially when you've kind of wasted a bulk of your life. You know, I'm a lot older than I probably look. You know, so but it's okay. I'm not. Everyone has their own journey, and we could all look back and be like, oh, we ended up here because of this or that, whatever. Um, I think a big reason for me when I reflect on my life is just through addiction. It's just all addiction. That's all it is. It's all short term gratification. It's all just being programmed to soothe myself in different ways. And it started in childhood. I think it started with sugar and video games. Um, you know, I love my parents. But they both worked. They both worked and were away. I was the youngest, and so they spoiled me, and I loved it as a kid. I had a great childhood, man. I really did. But I think it kind of just almost conditioned me to kind of be this addict as a kid, or not being able to deal with struggle, not being able to deal with adversity, unfortunately. Um, and so, anytime I had adversity, when I ended up kind of growing up, I knew the techniques to kind of soothe myself, to escape. And there's so many cheap ways, so many cheap and easy ways to escape and soothe yourself when you're feeling that stress and anxiety in your life. I mean, as a guy, you can think of video games, you can think of drugs, you can think of alcohol, you can think of sex, you can think of uh, shopping, consumerism. Eating food is a huge one, right? Sugar, fats, salts, just all the processed foods that are basically designed to hack our brain and make us feel good and be addicted to them. It feels good, especially when we're stressed. That's why I think it's like, you can say all these things about, hey, I've improved, I'm feeling a lot better, but you really don't know how much you've improved until something really stressful happens. It's just like in a relationship. You could think you found the perfect person, but you don't really know the dynamic until stress happens, until conflict happens, and how you two handle that together. So yeah, it's just if I had any advice, I don't know why I would have advice, because if you're looking for advice from people, always look for people that kind of give it out for free. If you got to pay for advice, look elsewhere. I just want to mention that real quick. You shouldn't have to pay for advice. There's so many good resources out there, so many good people out there broadcasting their lessons in life, successful and non-successful people. And I think you can learn from all spectrums. But yeah, I would just say keep with it. Talk to yourself in a positive way. Figure out ways to kind of to get the behavior change, so you can actually get the personality change that you want, and really look at your past self as just a separate identity, and become just disgusted of that person. You know, like that's old me. That's past me. That's not even me. You can't even say that that's me. That's that old person over there. You know what I mean? Like, however way you want to identify it, don't identify it as it. Don't identify it as you or me or anything, because it's not you. It's not who you are. And so, yeah, I think just society and media there's just so many distractions, so many ways we're being pulled away from our true selves so we don't be aligned, so we're not aligned, and so that we become predictable consumers, predictable workers, and that we have to kind of rely on this system, and not be more, I don't know, autonomous. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts today. I want to keep this one short. As always, hey, I want to pass some good blessings to you, and love to you. You got this. Whatever it is going on in your life, I know you can handle. And you have value. You were created. You're here on this planet because you have value in some capacity, and it's up to you to discover that value, and up to you to harness it and express it the best way possible. So anyway, I appreciate every view, every comment, every like. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Peace.